All right, well, we got a little rain squall moved in, so we moved under the trees here. But this video here is just gonna basically give, I guess, the steps I take to be accurate with the bow and arrow. And anytime I do a bow tip or setting up my bows, I get tons of views on the YouTube channel. And you know, a lot of it is that I don't use such and such equipment, or their equipment's better, or so on and so forth. And that doesn't matter. I mean, I want everybody to be passionate about the gear they choose and why they use it, and that's awesome because I'm passionate about mine. But this, you know, this isn't about, hey, look at how killer my bow is. You know, it's the old saying, dope blank brings hate quick. That's what it is. People say, mine's the best, mine's the dopest, and yours sucks. That's not what this is about. I want to show you this tip. And it's not about that I shoot a Hoyt and because you don't, you suck. But I want to show you my tip, and then I'm going to share at the end how you can have this exact same accuracy with your rig too. So let's get to the shooting first. Are you focusing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, so here's what I know. You can be in the best shape of any person in the world, be able to run up and down these mountains all day. You can be the best caller, call in a bull anywhere. But if you can't shoot your bow accurately, you're probably not going to have much success with the bow and arrow. So no matter what, no matter how good you can be at anything else, you got to be able to do this right here. You shoot this mule deer out here at 80 yards, one arrow, one shot, 80 yards, 3D target, and I will put the arrow on the mark every single time because I'm out here every day. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're after. We're after a money shot every time on the 3D range because that's going to pay off in the mountains. Let's go check out that arrow. What I do, I shoot my bow every single day, and sometimes I'll come out here and I usually only shoot it hardly ever even closer than 90 yards, but sometimes I'll shoot one group. I might shoot 10 arrows. I got a lot of arrows that I practice with, and if all those 10 are just completely money, I might just take off and go home because that's what I'm after. I'm after just money arrows. I want to know in my head that I'm on the mark. So sometimes it's just one group because I don't want to end the day shooting on a bad note. So I might just pull out and take off, and people say, well, that's not very much practice, but doing it every single day, there's sometimes I'm out here for hours. But if I have one just perfect group, I've left after just one round, and I think that's okay. Just consistent practice is the key. So here's my shot at 80 yards you saw, where I guaranteed I was going to be money, and that's money. That's a heart shot. That's a 12 ring there. That's what we're after. All right, so I showed you what I do, 80 yards. I need to be able to hit in the 12 ring every single time. And I'm not even going to talk about practice because I'm just going to assume everybody's practicing. I mean, I don't care what you're doing. You cannot be great at it without being dedicated, committed, and practice religiously. All right, so I don't care if it's running, lifting weights, shooting a bow. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that everybody's as obsessive as I am about being accurate, and I shoot every day. Okay, I'm just going to say that. So let's just assume everybody's on the same page there. The reason why I think this setup works, and it's not because it's a Spyder Turbo, but it's because it's a forgiving bow. I shoot a long axle-to-axle bow. This is the Turbo, like I mentioned, so it's a little longer. I shoot great strings, winner's choice strings. I'm not saying you have to shoot winner's choice, but shoot a string that won't stretch. This is what I've shot for years, and it works. I shoot a single pin sight here, and you know, I have it set right there. This is what I was just shooting, 80 yards, and it goes out to 150. So part of my accuracy strategy is I shoot at out to 160 yards. That's just what I do. I'm not saying anybody else has to do it. That's what I do, and it works for me. And what that does is if I can hit at 160, I know at 80 yards, like I just hit at that deer in the 12 ring every single time. I'm hunting distance, I'm half what I practice, all right? So if everybody was disciplined enough where their hunting distance was half of what they practice, I think would be pretty good. So I practice out to 160, and I feel really confident out to 80. I'm hunting out west here, I'm hunting in the mountains. I need to be able to put the arrow on the mark in all sorts of circumstances and be able to take advantage of longer shots. And to do that, I do shoot 80 pounds. And people will say, they beat me up for this too, is you don't need to shoot 80 pounds. Fine, but I want to shoot 80 pounds because I hunt big animals. I want to be able to not worry about a quarter away shot, or if I T-bone a rib, or maybe I have a quarter away shot on a big bull. I want to know that if I hit it good, I want to blow through that and have an exit hole on the other side. So yeah, guys kill elk at 50 pounds. That's great. They're probably not getting pass-throughs unless they don't hit anything, any bone, any rib, anything. So all I'm gonna say is no matter what you shoot with your bow, just be able to pull it back just like this. So this is 80 pounds. This is why I shoot. I want to be able to hold my bow right here and go just like that. So if that's at 60 pounds for you, or 50 pounds, or 100 pounds, whatever, I'm comfortable with 80. I want to shoot 80. That's why this bow is set up. I shoot a heavy arrow. I shoot this arrow right here. This is about 415 grains, Full Metal Jacket. I've shot Full Metal Jackets for years. I like the way they penetrate. There's a lot of different types of arrows out there. Some aren't as good as this. Some maybe are the same. I don't know. I like this because it transfers energy good. These things penetrate, and it's not just this Full Metal Jacket. All I know is this is my experience. They penetrate unlike anything I've ever seen. I have a lot of pass-throughs on a lot of big bulls, and I think it's because my bow and arrow setup and just how it works together transfers the energy really well. And it's not going super fast. It's going 300 feet a second on a 100 grain head, just like this right here. This is a Thunderhead, and this is a killer setup. Blazer vanes, got some beast mode wraps on there. I'm very happy with this setup. If you're happy with your setup, that's good, because at the end of the day, no matter what you're shooting, you gotta believe that it's gonna work. You have to know in your head that what you have in your hand, you have to believe it's the best. If you don't think it's the best, that can come out and sabotage, and you're not gonna have, for the ultimate predator, you have to know when you pull that bow back, there's no doubt in your mind that animal's gonna be dead once you release. If there is doubt, I think you need to shore that up a little bit, because whether it's false sense of security or whatever else, I believe without a shadow of a doubt, when I pull that bow back, that animal's gonna die. So however you gotta get there, try to get there. And I know it's hard because I've been on all ends of the spectrum. I've been the new bow hunter who missed 16 deer my very first year bow hunting 26 years ago. And when I pull my bow back, I would be shocked if I hit something, okay? And that's just kind of the journey I guess a bow hunter takes. You start there and then you work your way up. Now I'm to the point where when I pull it back, I know it's gonna die. Is that always gonna happen? Probably not, because bow and arrow hunting on big game, especially in the West, is very, very tough. But that's my goal, that's what I shoot for. So there's, I guess, when you get down to it, that's kind of the strategy I have with being an accurate bow hunter. And if you have any tips, any ideas, anything I can do to be better, please let me know. This is a sport I love, and I love that so many other people love it too. Love that you're passionate about it. Hit me up. We're all bow hunters at the end of the day, and let's keep the dream going.